Okay people, and for anyone that hasn't chosen any of the stacks right now, please make sure that you go to the blue tag for cobalt. Also, I would ask 2 people from the red tag for amber to type an X into the say chat and then move over to the blue tag. 2 people from amber, which is the red tag, type an X into the say chat and move over to cobalt. Right, thanks to both of you, and yeah, that should be fine. Alright people, the numbers on the different stacks look okay now. That means we're gonna move on to the sub-channel. So for everyone that is currently standing on the red tag, you can move down to the amber sub-channel. If you're on the pink tag, you can move on to the crimson sub-channel, and if you're on the blue tag, you can move to the cobalt sub-channel. Do not stay up in the main channel, there won't be anything happening up here, so move everyone and have fun.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Slack Bolt. So if you want, please make sure to join my squad now. If you want to condi for whatever reason, please make sure to move yourself to sub squad 3 now. If for whatever reason you can target me, open the map, click on the light blue dot, that is me, with a left click, and then you get joined in squad. Again, if you want to condi, move yourself to sub squad 3 now. I will close that in a few seconds. Alright, we are going without condis today. Okay, for everyone who needs an explanation of how this worm works, I will give you a quick introduction east of the Jalaco waypoint where we will be actually fighting the worm. So again, if you want an explanation, please follow me into the arena.
Hurts, doesn't it?
And if you listen to me closely, we can do this in a very slacky manner. Okay, once again, welcome to the Cobalt Worm, or Slack Boat, how I want to do it. So, we will fight the Cobalt Great Jungle Worm in this arena. This worm is, in the basic outline, fought like the other 2 worms, in 2 phases. In phase 1, the worm is most of the time invulnerable, and we need to do a little mini event to make it vulnerable. The little mini event is different for each worm. For our worm it is carrying kegs to this location where I am. And in phase 2 the worm is a worm head, it is mobile, and it's basically a DPS race. So let's start with phase 1. I already told you we will need to run kegs to make the worm vulnerable. Please be sure not to run kegs before I tell you to run them. Please be sure not to pick them up before I tell you to pick them up. This is very important, because if you run kegs too early, we have a good chance of increasing our keg running load. That means we may have to run more kegs than is actually required. So if you run them early, that can easily happen. Also, if you pick up a keg, you have 30 seconds before they explode. So you need to place them within 30 seconds. You can place them by going here to the arrow marker and use skill number 1. This will place the keg down. While you are running kegs, please do not use any teleports, shadow steps or portals. All of these will make you lose your keg. Also, once you have picked up a keg, you are blocked for another keg for 30 seconds. So you cannot pick up another keg for 30 seconds once you've picked up a keg. Okay, we will need to place those 20 kegs here. And where do we get those kegs from? The keg can be in one of 3 locations. The location will change every 2 minutes. So the 3 locations are the beach, the plank and the JP. Let's go them through in order of difficulty. This here is the beach. It is the easiest keg location because, well, you cannot fall into the water, which is also a way to lose your keg. That is why the beach is the preferred keg location, because the way is short, you don't have to think about too many mobs in the way, and you can't fall in the water. If I tell you to pick up the keg, use the interaction key to pick it up, and if you want to run safe, you can just jump over these stones where I am jumping right now. This will also avoid any husk landing locations, just in case our, well, otherwise very perfect debuff just misses a husk. And once you reach this arrow marker here, you will get during the event also a red arrow marker here. Place down the keg with skill number 1. Yes, I know, never trust a debuff, they like to troll. So, now let's go to the second keg location, the plank. As you can see, you have a real danger of falling into the water here, which is not a problem as long as you do not have a keg yet. But once you pick up a keg, which will be at the square marker, and which you can do from where I am standing right now, you're not allowed to fall into the water again. So once I tell you to pick up the keg, yes, you can use your gliding. Gliding is okay. Gliding is totally fine. So once you pick up your keg with the interaction key, run to the end of the plank. Once at the end of the plank, make sure to jump over these stones because the water is still deep, and if you fall into the water, you lose your keg. And again, once you reach the arrow marker here, use skill number 1 to place the keg. And now let's take a look at the most difficult keg location, the jumping puddle. As you can see, you have to do a lot of jumping not to fall into the water, which will be quite difficult when you have 20 or more people trying to do that. And once again, when I tell you to pick up the keg and run, use the interaction key to pick it up, and here it is better to be slow and to make a little break between every jump than to be fast and to be in the water. You will also have veteran pirates all around any keg location, so please be aware that you may enter and exit combat at any time, which will cause you to go faster or slower. Okay, once we have placed 20 kegs at this location here, the worm will become vulnerable. At that time we will just move into the worm, and we will be using cleaving weapon to damage the worm at that time. So when the worm becomes vulnerable, it will basically eat the kegs, and the kegs will explode in its mouth, and the worm will fall down and be vulnerable. So to prepare for that, once we have placed 20 kegs, we will move into the worm. We will place down fire fields and use blast finishers for might. That means skills and utility skills can also count, with combo field fire and combo finisher blast. This is a combination that will give you might, not just you, but also your teammates. So area might, that is nice. So, and once the worm has fallen down and you have nice 25 stacks of might, please use all high damage DPS skills you have. Do not hold anything back. Okay, the worm will only be vulnerable for about 20 to 25 seconds, so Again, please use everything, and once the worm gets up again, it will become invulnerable within 1 or 2 more seconds, and at that time we will need to run another set of kegs. We will just repeat that keg carrying and worm damaging until the worm is close to death, and once the worm is close to death we will stop damaging them. Don't worry, I will tell you in TeamSpeak, in squad broadcast, and also in Say Chat when that happens. And then we will stop damaging it, we will just keep the arena clean and wait for the other worms to be ready as well, and once the other worms are ready as well, we will just go for the kill keg run and kill the worm. Once the worm is dead, phase 1 is concluded and phase 2 begins. The worm is not yet dead, however it is a worm head now, we just detach it from the ground. What happens with the worm when it becomes a worm head, I will tell you once we're back at the first sight vigil waypoint, so please follow me to the first sight vigil waypoint now. There should be a hero's banner, food and thesis up.
Even though it appears the local energy probes have ceased functioning, we need to continue investigating the Great Jungle Worm. Are we sure that those probes are what stirred up the worm activity to begin with? No, I'm sure it was a coincidence that each of us was attacked by a Great Jungle Worm at the probe site. I thought we were sent here to investigate, not leap to conclusions. Correlation does not imply causation. We should restart.
So I've marked a few locations for you. At the arrow marker there is the hero's banner, everyone make sure to get that. And if you're a power-based character, get the food at the circle marker and the thesis at the heart marker, and if you're a condition-based character, at the square marker is your food and your thesis.
Splitting up to continue our research.
And once you got your stuff, please move to the first egg location and start cleaving into these eggs as soon as you see them. And should we get during the escort any larvae, please make sure to kill the eggs first and the larvae last. And in the meantime, I promised you to tell you what happens once the worm becomes a worm head. So at that time, it is mobile and it will move around the arena at the beginning. Underground, so we can't attack it yet. And once the worm disappears below ground, it will reappear above ground shortly after. At that time, it will be invulnerable for 3 more seconds, and once those 3 seconds are over, the worm will be vulnerable for the remaining time of the run, which will be about 2 minutes at most.
Time to do some reading.
So to prepare for that, we will recall all pets, all minions, all illusions and all turrets. That has a very simple reason, because of one of the worm attacks, which is called the charge. I will tell you about the worm attacks in a short while. So to prepare for that, we will not just recall all minions, pets, illusions and turrets, but we will also follow the worm, and once the worm appears above ground, we will, I want every one of you to stack up right below my tag. And I also want every one of you to do the same as for a burn phase. That means put down fire fields and use blast finishers for might. If you have any other might skills, you can use those as well. And once the worm is vulnerable, just DPS the shit out of it.
Feel the fury.
And, okay. Yeah, and the Wormhead, I wanted to tell you about its attacks, right? The Wormhead has 3 attacks, a wiggle, a slam, and a charge. The wiggle is harmless, it is basically 5 free damage seconds for us. Yeah, wiggle is when you see that red target area somewhere. The slam can knock you back, so use stability or dodge it, and the charge can actually kill you, so make sure to kill the to dodge the charge, not to kill the charge. Okay, we're coming up at the escort achievement, which is called Wurm Kleptomanic. For the Wurm Kleptomanic, come here to the arrow marker. Just pick up that bottle of rum once you can, which is now, and then you can just drink it or throw it away or do whatever you want with it. However, the most preferred way to do with the bottle of rum is to just throw it at the Asura. You can simply show the Asura what we think of it and throw it at the Asura. The Asura will just be knocked down from the bottle.
Who knew worms had a taste for gunpowder?
You can go for break bar if you want for the wormhead. However, if you summon any illusions for that, please make sure that they are not up there for a long time.
Impressive combination. I summon the power of
Yes, I know, and you can use Signet of Humility twice with Continuum Rift, a Continuum Split.
Field of Fury. Another personal victory.
And Continuum Split is easier to use with Illusion up than without them.
Time to do some impressive combination.
Okay, back to the charge of the Wormhead. Well, the Wormhead, when it charges, it can kill you, so make sure to dodge it. I will also try to call all the charges, so please make sure to dodge when I tell you to dodge. Also, the charge causes the worm to go in a straight line for quite some distance, and we do not want to follow the worm all across the arena. So we try to get it to charge into an obstacle, which could be a wall, a cliff, or anything else. Basically anything that would stop the charge, it just can't charge through. And no, a shield doesn't count. And to achieve that, we need everyone stacking up on me, and we don't need any targets that we can't control, which are pets, minions, illusions, and turrets. Okay, everyone, time to stack up on me for last count. Okay, and I will just quickly tell you the rules of TeamSpeak. So, rule number 1 is, if you are downed, please use... sorry. If you see any downed that way, please raise them. However, if rule number 1 fails, rule number 2 takes effect, which is, if you're completely dead, please use the Jalaco waypoint and run back into the arena. If by any chance you do not have the Jalaco waypoint yet, the Jalaco waypoint is towards the arrow marker, so get it now. It's okay if you join a little late for the worm, in that case. And rule number 3, please do not use map chat under any circumstances. It will just confuse players, and we commanders have another way to coordinate with each other. And, wow, we have someone with a very good guessing today.
Outrun a centaur.
So stack up at the keg. Do not take it yet, do not take it yet. You are allowed to kill the pirate, but do not take the keg yet. And we will be taking the kegs in 3, 2, 1. Pick it up and run. Don't forget, run to the end of the plank once here, jump over the stones. And then run towards the red arrow marker you see.
I could outrun a centaur.
Yeah, I also give you a green for one. Use skill number 1 to place your keg. Careful, white spin, get away from the worm, get away from the worm, get away from it. And now we get our burn phase, so everyone into the worm. Fire fields down, and blast finishers for might. And all your high DPS cooldowns can go now as well. That includes Time Warp and Feel My Wrath.
Summon the power of Earth. Feel the fires of Balthazar. I summon the power of the storm.
Hey, and that's some very nice damage I see. And since the keg running on the first try was very good, we are trying to go for a second one from the plank. So everyone stack up at the keg location, but do not pick it yet. Do not pick it yet. Wait for the people to actually get here. And we will be picking it up in 3, 2, 1. And pick it up and run. And don't forget to the green and red arrow marker and use skill number 1 to place down the keg. And here we have another burn. Very nice keg running, people, very nice. So fire field and blast finishers for might, and all high DPS cooldowns you may have remaining can go now as well. And after this burn phase we will just be skipping the JP puzzle, the JP keg location and clean the arena during that time. So come on, keep it up, no stopping, no stopping. Okay, and now kill all the veteran worms, especially the ones close, and prepare to dodge in 3, 2, 1, dodge. And nicely done, I don't see any down from that spin. And keep killing the veteran worms. We are not going for the JP. We are not going for the JP, we will just wait for the keg to change its location at 10-minute mark. So just kill all the trash in the arena. And if there is nothing to kill, if there's nothing left to kill, but I see a worm at the beach. You can kill the worm at the beach. And we have some pirates here to play with as well. So and now we just have to wait 15 seconds. Let's wait here until for beach as next location. And we will see the keg in 2, 1, and it should change now, and of course it goes for... beach, okay, take the keg and run.
I could outrun a centaur.
Take your kegs and run them! And this burn phase only does... we want only this burn phase until 10%. Careful short spin, so dodge into the worm when you placed your keg. This burn only to 10%, so again, fire fields down, blast finishers for might. And stop the DPS now, stop the DPS now, get out, get out, get out. Get out, get out, get out. And we will just keep the arena clean until the slow crimson is ready as well. We will just be slacking around during that time, killing some lazy worms. Or lazily killing some worms, playing with a few pirates, dissecting some scales, some scales. Crimson is just a little... Crimson just doesn't scale that well if you have a lot of people there. And if you don't have a lot of people there, it's just that you take a long time to fill the colors. And yes, we were basically very good. I mean, the damage was practically... I mean, if we had like 5% more damage, we would basically do a 2-burn Cobalt, which is extremely good. I mean, it's good on Amber, but on Cobalt it's like godlike almost. So, let's see what to do. Let's go for the... what's it called? Vista. So since we have some time, we can just do some Vista viewing. So, and here you have a very beautiful vista to watch during the Wurm run. I mean, this vista is just beautiful when you're doing the Wurm right now. Oh, by the way, reflection won't help against the green stuff from the big Wurm. Don't forget to dodge the green spit now, just in case our debuff wants to give you some of the green stuff. So keep killing those veteran worms. Oh, and by the way, we at Kobold were the first ones to be ready. That is pretty much difficult, especially when Amber does a 2-burn. So just kill the veteran worms for now. Yeah, I need to. I mean, you guys really do some amazing keg running and amazing damage. Prepare to dodge the spit in 2-1 and dodge out of it, if it comes. So kill this veteran worm here. And this last veteran worm as well, and once this veteran worm is killed, stack up at the keg. Okay everyone, stack up at the keg. And we will be running in 3, 2, 1. Pick it up and run. Don't forget to jump over these stones, but you're pros, you know that. So once you place your keg, please prepare for the burn. Careful, short spin, dodge into 1, dodge. So no need for fire fields, no need for blast finishers, and no need for long cooldowns. We can just basically auto-attack it down. Please be aware to recall all pets, all minions, all illusions, and all turrets. Again, please recall all pets, all minions, all illusions, all turrets. Okay, stack up, fire fields down, blast finishers for Knight. It is invulnerable for still 3, 2, 1, and attack. And dodge. And then stack up on its left, stack up on its left. And dodge. And restack and prepare to dodge in 3, 2. Okay, that's a wiggle. Push through, push through, push through. And again, prepare to dodge in 3, 2, 1. And dodge. And could I please have my warriors put their battle standards down now? Thank you! And now just give it the rest. Very nicely done everyone. And Amber just beat us because they probably had a scaling bug.
I could outrun a centaur.
So everyone, very nicely done. So do not forget to loot the worm head if you do not have auto loot. And once you've done so, here in the middle of the arena is the portal that will bring you back to the first sight vigil waypoint. Once there is a big reward chest waiting for you. You will also have a chance to refresh your banners. Your hero's banner, hopefully. So please don't forget to refresh your hero's banner. Also, please move back into the main channel and we will just tell the others how awesome our keg running was, how awesome our damage was, and how awesome my Zerg was. That means every one of you.
Our
Yeah.
names. Commander
No.
names. Yuriko, you're first. Okay, anyways, then I will start with Amber today, as Amber also had a really nice fun. Listening, debuffing, conning, all of that was fine, and the damage was amazing. As well as in the first, as for the second phase, yeah, like really nice damage. Had to stop the people during the second burn to not decap the worm. Then during the second phase, the worm was just melting. It did like wiggle and to charge, and it was pretty much dead then. So yeah, amazing job at Amber there. Then what about our double command of Crimson?
Alright, so listening was good, and when we entered the arena, everyone was filling colors nicely. We got the triple color buff. Unfortunately, two dudes killed the Spider Queen without us being there, but whatever. And now Bram.
And then we did a nice burn phase for like 20%, and after that...
Okay, right, and then we went back to filling colors, and we cleared one worm and Bram.
And then we did some more burning, we did another 20%, got him down to like 60 I think or something.
No, that was 50 or 40 already. I don't know, man. And then we just went back to filling colors and Bram.
And then we did another really nice burn, and we got it down to 18%, so we were ready for the next bit.
And then we only filled red and yellow and cleared like some worms and Bram.
And then we were ready for the next bit, so we finished up the filling, entered the burn, did the thing to 0%, then the worm did a charge.
Yeah, and then he did a wiggle, a flop, and a wiggle and a flop, and then a charge, and then Bram.
And then the worm was on really low health, like 5%, he used all of our battle standards and then just finished him off.
And then we thanked everyone for joining, and it was over. So how was Amber? Or Cobalt? I don't know which one.
Cobalt, you mean? Cobalt.
Alright, so how was Amber?
Well, Slack Bolt was pretty easy. I mean, my Circ was that awesome that every time I told them to run kegs, now it took about 12 seconds from that point to get the burn phase. I mean, we actually waited about 30 seconds after Amber had all its people inside the worm before actually going for the kegs. And we still started about the same time you did. Damage was so awesome, just a little bit more and we would have done a 2-burn Cobalt. And nevertheless we were ready first, despite taking a 2-minute break cleaning the arena and just slacking around. And since we had nothing to do, we were just looking at the Wister and taking a look from the Wister into the arena.
Alright.
In the second phase, I'm pretty sure Amber just beat us because they had a scaling bug.
No, I can assure you for today that was no scaling bug, that was our amazing damage. It was like, you can, like, if you see the percentage, if you have that activated, you could just see it counting down, and I don't know, that was so nice to see. Yeah, anyways guys, thanks everyone for this one, and before you guys are leaving, please have a look into the TeamSpeak chat. There are some links for you also. First of all, you can see who your commanders were, so we had Yuriko and Cobalt, Drax and Bram with the double command and Crimson, and me and Amber. If you want to leave us any feedback, you can use the feedback link for that. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Make sure that you leave us some feedback there. Then we also have the donation link, as the TeamSpeak that we have and our website are running on donations. So if you want to help us with that, that would be really appreciated. But of course you don't have to donate. Yeah, then we have the different social media links with the community Discord, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and also our calendar link. On the calendar you won't find that much for now as it's Sunday and it will be updated later on this evening for the next week. But then make sure that you check out the calendar, see what events we are doing, and feel free to join us for any of the events there. Next up, the commander recruitment, as we're still looking for more commanders to join in the team that want to, well, organize events, that want to command events. So yeah, if you're interested in that, just click on the recruitment link. And finally, we have the guild listings for anyone that is still looking for a guild. So if you're interested in joining one of the community guilds, click on the link and you can see some guilds there, but also make sure to scroll down the TeamSpeak and you can find the guild channel there. Then click on the main channel of each guild and you will find all the